Okay, so now we're going to start modeling. If you run into an issue where you cannot select your image planes, sometimes this happens. You're trying to select them, but you can't. It can be one of two things. One is that you are on component mode on your box here. So if you're in component mode, you try to select your, well, I guess it still lets me, but sometimes students will have different settings on their computer and they won't be able to select them. Even if they are in object mode, you do need to be in object mode to be able to select it. But if you can select them from here, from the viewport, you can select them from the outliner. The outliner has a list of everything on your scene, and if you don't see it, you can open it with this button down here on the bottom left of your screen, and you'll see image plane listed in here. So if you click them in here, that will let you select them no matter what's going on in here. So now we're going to model this. So if you've messed up with this box and it's distorted, just go ahead and delete it again. We'll just add a new one, and our views here, our front and side view, should still be X-ray. But basically what we want to do is match each view by itself. So we're going to start with the front view, and if you want to have the tools close to you, there is this modeling toolkit is on the top right. It looks like a mallet with a cube by it. This has the most used tools. Sorry, this one has the most used tools. And right now, if you zoom in into your Lego to see the box, we're going to go into vertex mode, and the way we're selecting things is called pick marquee. So if I marquee over these points now, or this vertex, it looks like I have only two selected. But if I look at the perspective view, I have all four of them, the front ones and the back ones. There is another way of selecting right here. If you see drag select, so let me just click outside so they select everything. If I do that on the front view and highlight things, you see it only selects the front ones. So you have to be careful with the marquee because it selects things on the back. So let's say I wanted to select this face, but instead of selecting it with the drag select, I select it with the pick tool. So let me click in here, and I'm gonna highlight the front face here on the front view. It looks like I only have the front selected, but because I used the marquee, if I look at the back, it's also selected the back. So if I was extruding this face, it will also be extruding the face on the back. So you have to be careful with it. If you want to select with the marquee and you don't want to select what's on the back, you can just click instead of, doing a marquee select. Because if you do marquee select, it's gonna select whatever's on the back. See? So again, just click, and if you need more, just shift click. So I'll be using the pick marquee so we can select the points on the front and on the back. So if you don't like doing it like that, you can just drag, but you'll have to move the model around and select on the back by hand. So I'm gonna click pick marquee, and I'm gonna select the points here on the front and on the back. So I'm gonna go vertex mode, select the front and the back, so I can see they're both selected here. So I'm gonna make this window bigger, and I'm going to move these points up, and then I know I'm moving all four of them, and I'm gonna hit R. Remember, you can see down here what I'm hitting, and I'm going to scale down this to match the shoulders. Now I'm gonna go do the same on the bottom. Hit W to get the move tool with the arrow that only goes up, move them up. Hit R to get the scale and push them wider. And my picture might not be perfectly aligned. I guess I could just go back to object mode, move it a tad so it's exactly aligned. And remember, this is a drawing, so it will not be 100% perfect. It might be a photocopy of the drawing, which always distorts a little bit. So just as close as you can. So now we're going to go in the side view and do the same thing. So I'm just moving over, hitting spacebar. Remember, mouse over the window, you want to see full screen, and hit the spacebar. My points match up and down, but not front to back. So I'm gonna again go to vertex mode and grab the points on the front and push them back to match the torso of the Lego. Do the same on the back, push them forward. There it is. So now if I look at the perspective, my shape is pretty close to what the torso of the Lego looks like. I have this little flat part on the bottom of the torso, so I'm gonna grab this face on the bottom here, and you guessed it, we're going to extrude it down. So I'm gonna hit Control E, push it down so it matches this little flat place here on the torso. So just like that, there's our torso. Next we're going to do the head. So the head is pretty much a cylinder. So we're going to create a cylinder here, and we're going to scale it. Remember, don't scale it. The cylinder is the one you don't want to scale on a single axis. You either want to scale it on 2 axes to make it thinner, or use the scale overall tool here on the middle, the light cube. So I'm gonna scale it down. And kind of put it there, kind of where the head goes. The other thing is this cylinder has way too many sides to select. So we're going to try to simplify it. So again, we're going to go to the channel box and click on, in here you will see inputs polycylinder. So I'm going to click in here and change how many sides it has. So right now it has 20 sides. We're just going to say 8 sides. And then on the top it has all these triangles. We're gonna turn those off. We're gonna say subdivisions on the cap 0. So I only have to select one face on the top when I want to extrude. So now I'm gonna go back to my orthographic views. Oops, I forgot to hit enter here, and I overwrote my number here. It's supposed to be 0 in there. So I'm gonna click outside of it, so I'm not selecting that again. I'm going to look at the orthographic views, match the head, kind of like what I did with the torso. So I'm going to hit W, and I'm kind of going to put it right there where the head is. It's pretty close in size, but you know, we can scale it. Remember, it doesn't matter how much you scale it top and bottom with the y-axis, but it matters that you pick 2 axes to scale it, to make the cylinder thinner or thicker. Okay, so I'm actually going to make it a little shorter here so I can match that part of the cylinder, the one that has the face before it curves, right there. And I'm going to grab the top of the head, the face on the top of the head, right there, and I'm going to extrude that. So I'm going to say Control E, and I'm going to extrude it or move it up a little bit, kind of halfway on the curve. I'm gonna hit R to get the scale tool, and you can be clicking here if you want. I'm just gonna do it with the shortcuts, it's quicker. And then scale this face down to kind of match the curve, and I'm gonna hit Control E again with the same face selected, so I haven't deselected it, and I'm gonna push up again kind of to the top of the head, hit R to get the scale tool, and then you know, I have kind of that curve matched in here. So now I need to match this knob here. So when I extrude this time to match that knob, you know, we want to leave that line there, so we need to extrude. So I'm going to hit Control E, and then if I hit R to get the scale tool and scale that face, you know, I can scale it down, but I can't see how much I need to scale on the front or the side view. So I'm just gonna have to guess in here. So I'll guess, well, maybe about right there. And again, we need to leave this loop here, this line that's looping around the top of the head. So we're going to extrude again. And remember, you want to extrude only once every time you do it. So hit Control E only once. So I'm gonna pull this new face up, and I'm gonna try to match the top of the head knob here. And it looks like I made it too thin. Yours might be wider. That's fine. We're going to fix it here with the scale tool. So you could go around and select the head, the top of the knob here, the side of the knob, one by one by holding Shift on your keyboard and selecting around. And that might take a minute, you know. There's an easier way to do it, which is selecting a loop. So how do you select a loop, or that same amount of faces that I selected? You click on the first face, then before clicking on anything else, or before clicking on the next face, you hold Shift and then double click. Okay, so now it selected the whole loop for me without me having to go around and clicking one by one. I guess I could do it like this too, making sure I have nothing else selected by mistake. But sometimes you can't see what's going on the back, so you can select the first face, then hold Shift, double click on the one right next to it, and that will select the loop. If you want to make sure you don't have anything else selected by mistake, you can hit 4 on your keyboard. That will give you a wireframe view of your model. So see, I hit 4. The wireframe view of your model will let you see anything selected will be highlighted. And if you want to get out of wireframe mode, you just hit 5. So 4 and 5. 4 is wireframe, 5 is solid. Okay, so now I have the knob again, and I want to select that loop so I can scale it. So I'm gonna select the loop like this, and with the scale tool, I'm gonna hit R to get the scale tool, or you could pick it from here, you know, if you're not used to the shortcuts yet. I'm going to scale it with the plane here to make the cylinder wider or thinner again. So there it is, that matches pretty good. Now I have to do the neck, just as the same concept. So I'm going to select this face, hit Control E, move it down a bit. And I could use the scale on the extrude tool if you don't want to be switching between this and the extrude tool. So to get the middle cube, you just have to click on one of the cubes without dragging. You know, the middle cube will show up. Now, watching the other views, I'm gonna scale the face, but right there, I'm gonna extrude one more time. Control E again. Push it down. Click on one of the cubes to get the middle of the extrude tool. Extrude down. Now, it's the same thing with the neck than with the top knob here. So I'm going to Control E. And for this one, I prefer to use just a regular scale here. So I'm going to scale the face, and again, I'm going to guess because I don't know. I can't tell how wide the neck is in here. So maybe about right there. And again, I don't want to pull this face because it was gonna ruin my last extrude. So I need to leave that loop there. So I'm gonna extrude that loop. Control E and pull it down. Hey, my neck is perfect. But again, if you make a mistake, if it's not the same size, remember you can select the first face, hold Shift, double click on the next one, and you can select the whole loop and extrude it with the plane to make it match how thick or wide your neck is. So that's pretty close, so I'm going to leave it there. So this is what you should have at the end of this video. Okay, and you can be selecting things from here also. So this is your object select, this is your point select, your edge select, and face select. Conversely, if you're good with the mouse, you can have multi-component selected here, and that will let you select points, edges, and faces. You just have to make sure your mouse is on the right spot, so you can mouse over here, and if I want a face, I can click on it, or if I want a point here, I can get right on the corner here and I can get a point instead. So you just have to have a good mouse that's has high definition here to select things with multi-component. So now I have an edge. So you can use this in here, or you can right click and hold and pick the one you want.